Okay. Lion Bulls TV. Man, we had some difficulties, technical difficulties getting this done. Let me see here. It's live. Okay. Wondering if I should just trying to get this sorted out on my laptop, but my laptop's giving me a hard time. So I had to go and use my What's up, DL King? Andrea, my hey baby, how you doing? Whew, it is hot, but we are here, guys. I guess we can get started because I'm here for about an hour tonight. Um, for some reason on this, I can't see any of the conversations, the side chat, anything. Man, I uh, but hey Marley, how you doing? How it go? That's right, a real Beeman. Okay, no, sorry. Wanted to talk about the WBA show that was in Florida. Um, it was on June 22nd, I think, that Saturday. Hey, my brother, Marco Suarez, how you doing? No, baby, it's just the internet. Um, the show was really good. In Kissimmee, started a bit late, but it was a very good show. They had four judges, four shows. They had Skip Miller, apprenticed, I think, if I'm not correct, by Johnny Moreno. They had Marco Suarez, apprenticed by Alvaro Sanchez, and they had Michael Mata by himself, I think, and Robert Lee. So I don't think you can get four judges anywhere else that'll be that good in any at any point in time. Thanks, Mark, for coming on, brother. Um, so it started out slow, and people started to trickle in. Um, and one thing I also want to say, shout out to Oscar Gomez. I appreciate everything that WBA was doing with their first show that far south, and definitely in the future, try to make another show that's that close. I will say to you guys that it definitely I could feel like a family kind of vibe and atmosphere from the WBA guys and Oscar and his crew and Marco and all of them. Man, it was a really good feeling. Um, I don't think I've had that feeling before at another event, but it really made me feel special and feel like family. So that was something I definitely appreciated. Now let's go into the show. I will say there was one thing that really stuck out to me, um, that was important to me, was that in the four shows, even though they had different judges in all four of the shows, they all seemed to have a similar train of thought and a similar way of thinking. Because the the dog with the best confirmation won every time. And if the other dog won a different show, it was you could say, man, I definitely see how that dog could have won. It wasn't like sometimes when you go to the ABKC shows or even the last ABKC show that I went to, that was probably not November gone, but the 2 years ago November. Um, the dogs with the best confirmation didn't win, and that's something that I definitely appreciated. That day in the ring, I felt so proud about the direction that the WBA was going in. Seeing that the best dog two at Standard, won every time. And there were American Bullies. I think there were a couple of Pit Bulls there. There were a couple of Old English Bulldogs, and there were a couple of Frenchies. Also, I want to give a shout out to F.W. Spielberg. He was there doing the fun show, brought a lot of energy, and he was, doing his thing on the mic like only him can do it. But as far as the show, I did see a couple of dogs that I seen online, and I got to see that one of them for sure was definitely much bigger in person than he was in online, and that was King Asher, owned by Doug Lettingham at High Tide Bullies. Very nice, so much thicker in person than the pictures that you see online. Very clean, very good movement for a dog his size. He's like 85 pounds or something like that, like a 24 and a half, 25, almost 25-inch head. Compact for his size. He's around 17, 18 inches tall. He had maybe his tail. His tail just didn't have a full solid tail. And maybe he could have had a little more bone. But other than that, I mean, he was amazing. King Asher. I could not believe how nice he was, how much nicer he was in person than he was on the pictures. Much more dog than it looks like. Also, there was a dog, a female, that is a grand champion, a ABKC grand champion named Daenerys, owned by Cody Dunn. I think she won best female that day a few times. She was also very impressive to me. Very good top line, good bone for a female. I think she was a pocket female. Good movement, solid movement. She was another dog that stuck out to me. And another one was a lady named Marlena Pratt. Marlena Pratt, she owns a dog. I think that's an XL, and I think he might be a UKC champion. I think he's number 3 or 4 in the UKC standings right now. And I can't tell if he was an XL or borderline standard, but he was a big dog, and he was beautiful as well. And those were the 3 dogs that I was pretty much watching the entire day. Even though Marlena came really late, I was watching those 3 dogs. And then there was another dog that won 2 best in shows that day out of the 4 shows. To my remembrance, that was out of California, and he was beautiful as well. But I don't know what his name was or his owner's name. But if you know and you were at the show, feel free to comment. But it was a very good show. Like I said, I don't think anybody that was there that appreciates conformation and appreciates the direction that that the breed is supposed to be going in, left disappointed. I just wish it could have had a better turnout. I know there were maybe 2 ABKC shows going on that same weekend, but Christina Tubbs and Robert Lee. I still appreciate them having that show in Florida where I was able to come. And I know some people also told me that they weren't able to make it even though they wanted to be there. Appreciate you, Donald, coming on tonight, man. Good to see you guys. I haven't seen some of you guys in a long time. But yeah, I'm trying my best to see. Hey, Neffy, how you doing? I'm trying to see if there's some way that I can host a WBA show somehow in the Bahamas. I am actually, hey Daniel, Hurtado, Oscar, appreciate you guys coming on. I'm trying to see if there's any way I can host a WBA show here. And I spoke to the agriculture department today. They told me I need to call them in the morning so they could tell me what I would need to do to be able to do that. And if I can't do that, I'm gonna do it. Like I said, I feel like the traditional bully has a home in at the WBA when I was at the show. There's no better feeling like seeing dogs win that should win. You know, I just can't say enough about that. Um, I wish I had more time to speak with, Robert Lee and Mike, all of those guys individually. I didn't have that time, but definitely a show I will remember. Um, and I'm also hoping that if I can't host a show here in the Bahamas for whatever reason, that maybe I can host one in Florida. But man, if you missed it, I'm telling you, like if you, I think the WBA is actually doing what the UKC is trying to do. Because the UKC is having a lot of complaints about people saying they're picking a lot of dogs that don't look like the breed and whatnot, but that is definitely not the case in the WBA and the show that I've been to. It coincides with what I've seen from their Instagram page, from their champions that have been winning and their grand champions. So I was really happy and proud of that. Um, and I'm trying to do, and I will do anything I can to support them. Now I did have more notes on the show that I wanted to talk about, but I can't access them right now for whatever reason on my phone. So we're gonna have to kind of just go off with a and wing it though. But you guys have any questions or anything that you want to ask me since or about the show or anything? Feel free to comment in the comment section. And this also is our first video in our first live in I don't know a couple of months, man. Um, we've been off, taking a lot of time dealing with dogs because we have our own stuff planned. In September, planning our own breeding and um, just life. So feel free because I know a lot of you um, haven't ever been to a WBA show. So and I know people are gonna message me. People have been messaging me. So feel free. Nephi asked, "How many dogs do I have?" I have two right now, two females. One Rockin' Ruby that also has Rockin' Ruby and Bully Market, and then one that is straight, well, mostly Suarez blood for about 9 generations. That's all I have right now. But also, I think to get WBA paperwork done, I think you have to have the app. Um, what I will do is I will talk to Oscar about it and see if there's a website or something, but I think pretty much that you have to have the app. The WBA app that is on the Play Store on your cell phones. I think you download it and you just need a copy of your current paperwork, I think, to be registered with them. Now, I was able to talk to Oscar and the other guys, Michael Mata and Johnny Moreno and Michael McCauley and Marco Suarez. We had a good time talking around the table about some things, and I was wondering when the WBA is going to have their first nationals because I know mostly, they're bigger on the West Coast. Coming on the East Coast, definitely is a little different. But hey, Rocio, thanks for coming in. Nephi, oh, you live in Utah? Okay, that's what's up, man. Well, we are here in the Bahamas, but yeah, the first nationals. I think, if I'm not correct, I'm thinking Oscar said next year. And I was just, bouncing ideas back and forth off of him, like, like what if there was, multiple registries could have their champions or grand champions meet up and go against another registry's champions and grand champions. I think it would be pretty epic and special for the community to bring more unity to the community, and definitely do what we can together to help this breed um, grow. And not just grow in the wide scope that the American bully is, the traditional American bully. Okay, um, you guys already know me. I don't believe I believe we've already had the look for the breed. I don't think there's need for any more evolving of this breed. I think there just needs to be more perfection. Thanks, nephew. You breed working line German Shepherds. I wish I knew more about German Shepherds to say, but I can't. There's not much I can say. But I appreciate you coming on, and you can bring definitely a different perspective to us, working with a different breed. But yeah, man, those guys. I had some people messaging me about like Marco and Oscar, and those guys as down to earth as you can find, man. They like to the point I even saw after the show was done. Um, one lady was speaking with Marco, probably for like 10, 15 minutes, probably 20 minutes, and he just made the time to go and speak to her about what she should do, or I mean, well, I don't even know what they were talking about, but just knowing, having a short conversation with her, I'm thinking that they were talking about the breed. And just to see him take that time after the show was already done, and he didn't have to do it. And he actually did that with a couple of people. And what's Oscar the same way, man. This is pretty cool people, um, down to earth. The legends in our eyes, but actually seeing them, they're just humans and they're willing to have conversations and talk dogs and talk life too. Because these people don't just care about the breed, they care about the people as well. And that's what's so great about them and the WBA. You have people that care about people, okay? They're not here trying to use anybody and manipulate anybody. They just be who they are, man. And I really appreciated that. Daniel says, "Did you see any dogs at the show that you might want to use in the future?" Me and my friends at one time, Daniel, we had talked about King Asher, and seeing him in person definitely made me even more want to because he's way better. I mean, he is way bigger. Like I had a dog that was about 17 inches, almost 18 inches, 24-inch head, and he looks like a puppy compared to Asher. So I mean, and I'm not talking Asher is a pretty clean dog as well. So if he's not clean, I'm not interested. And Asher almost floats. His movement is, man, I haven't seen much dogs that size move like that. I mean, Asher is nice. I had to show he was definitely one, hands down, no question. Um, I'd have to figure that out down the line how I would do that, but seeing him, I was like, man, yeah, I almost had to create a female, to compliment him, to bring him in. But he's just so nice, and and he has such a nice background of dogs behind him too, pedigree that you definitely want to try to use him in the future. Nephi, how is the Bahamas? The Bahamas is hot right now, man, extremely hot. Um, I imagine I just had to turn the AC on. It was like 86 degrees inside the house, and this is on a cooler day. Yesterday and this weekend it was like 92 degrees inside the house, so I had to turn the AC on. It's just me, the wife, and my son are in Oklahoma right now, so I have a little more time tonight maybe than I usually do. Mark says, I've spoken to Marco a few times on the phone. He's a real stand-up guy and most down-to-earth dude. Definitely, for sure. That's Marco all the way. I can tell you that because we talk probably two, 2 to 3 times a month maybe. So he's a pretty cool guy, man. Just the WBA is in a great place, and they have great people. Um, Luke wouldn't putting the Viking says Luck wouldn't put in an ABKC dog versus good luck. Oh, wouldn't putting an ABKC dog versus a WBA dog in the ring mean it would be a fake dog versus a real dog? No, no. I mean, because they're great dogs and they're ABKC champions too. Um, but I think if you probably put the number one dog in the ABKC versus the number one dog in the WBA, then you're talking about a different conversation. But um, as far as that, then I don't know. But I want to say also with that show, WBA show, F.W. Spielberg was there doing the fun show. So they had a lot of people come out with the Merles and whatnot, and the um, Frenchies and Harry Frenchies and whatnot, and that was part of Spielberg's thing. Um, and he brought the energy. I mean, you guys obviously know, those aren't my kind of thing, but he is a good guy. He's good people. Spielberg, so um, we support him. We all went back to the Airbnb afterwards and we talked, and just trying to figure out how we can do this thing better in the future. Like I said, this is something that I would like to do, um, to try to put on a show here in the Bahamas, but I guess it's obviously gonna take some time, and I think as the reputation of the WBA grows, hopefully down south, that they would have more shows as well, to grow their name and their brand, because all of you that really really like the American Bully and really have that passion like I do for the American Bully, without a question, it's the registry for you. Um, and that's not even a knock against the ABKC. I'm not going to put so much effort talking into the ABKC, talking about the ABKC. I just want to focus on the things that are good, and I know that about the WBA. Yeah, like I said, you can just look at their Instagram page and see what they have to offer. But all the people there that were there were pretty good. I just wish there were more dogs at the show. Um, so there could be more competition. I guess a bigger class of dogs. But there was a dog named what's his name? Coach K. I think owned by Angel Garcia. He shows in the ABKC. I'm not sure if he's a champion or grand champion, but I do know that I've seen him on Facebook and I've heard people talking about him, but just not my style of dog. And then I think maybe a slightly high rear where they had to keep pushing his rear down, which was obviously notable. So for me, it just wasn't my cup of tea. But other than that, trying to think, I think there was a homicide son that didn't compete, but he did go to the show. There was one huge dog, another one owned by Cody Dunn named Cash Pot, I think, or something massive dog. Was like chaos blood bred to Waffle House blood by way of Mr. Vegas. Mr. Vegas is one of my favorite American bullies. He's a Waffle House son that is very clean. Most people consider him to be classic or a terrier, but I loved him. And his handler was out there, Marco from Duval Bullies. I had a chance to meet him. But Cody Dunn, I can't remember his kennel name, but I was interested because he had a dog off of some of the blood that I had before. So it was good that I was able to see that as well. Um, but feel free, man. Y'all let me know in the comment section. I'm gonna see if I can access my notes without shutting off this. No, I can't access it without shutting off this live. So I'm not gonna do that. But if you guys have any other questions with the in regards to the show or or anything that you can do to probably get involved with WBA, just feel free to let me know, and I can get the message on to the right people, and they can get to you. You know, like I said, the WBA is definitely doing the right thing, and I wish I knew the name of that dog who won at least 2 out of the 4 shows from California. Very, very clean dog, moved very well, built very well. Maybe could have been a little bit heavier, but that's just nitpicking. I thought he was a very beautiful dog, and he showed very well as well. And I don't even know the owner, and I'm sorry I can't even shout him out and give him props because I don't know who he is. But yeah, and y'all excuse my voice. I'm a little stuffy. Caught a slight head cold, I think, past couple of days. I don't even know how, because it's been extremely hot. But yeah, you guys, you're gonna have to bear with me. But yeah, tell me what's going on with you guys. What's going on with the show ring? Um, I know the ABKC shows. I think maybe other than that Canada one they had the other day, things been kind of quiet. But other than that, what's been going on with the in the bully world with you guys? Let me see if I can get. No, I'm not starting no pool. Man, they won't let me. This is crazy. This is why I should have done this on my laptop. My laptop is giving me such a hard time, so. All my points, my talking points, I can't even go off on because I don't have them in front of me. But feel free to comment, guys. Let's go. Let's talk bullies. We haven't talked bullies in a minute. Let's talk bullies. Yeah, I guess what I'll share with you. One thing I wanted to say too was that for one of the shows that was won, a Frenchie won one of the shows, and I think it was between the Frenchie and King Asha, but it was a really close call. Really close call, but the Frenchie got it. He was very nice. Very, very nice. Um, at the show, I also received, well, I think they were giving out these, if you can see it, these magazines, Keeping It Bully. So I got that, as well as a Bully Market card. So if you didn't have Mr. Lee's number, you definitely missed it. But yeah, it's definitely a good time. I haven't even had time to look at this magazine yet, but I don't want to keep rambling, guys. I'm sorry I didn't have my I should have had my notes on something else, but we may have to cut this one short tonight. Okay, but I will share with you guys. This is has been my first video in a long time, and I guess I couldn't. I stopped making videos consistently after I had to go to Cuba and help my mom and my dad when he had cancer. Um, and when that happened, the videos became less important to me. To be honest with you, um, my dad eventually died from cancer last year. Um, since then, I didn't stop making the videos because of him, but like I said, taking the time out to like be there with him and help him during that time, and not having the time to go and record a video and try to make sure that everything was on time and on point just told me that the videos aren't as important to so I am definitely going to get back into some of the regular videos, but definitely not as frequently, definitely not as often. When I have one or two more interviews, for sure. But that's what you can expect from me. At least you guys know why now. And it's kind of hectic too. Always trying to plan with my cameraman to do the videos as well, but and because he has to edit them and everything. But um, we're hoping that in these next coming months we can hear some good news and have a lot more to talk about. Even as far as the American bully goes, to be honest with you, there isn't a lot that we haven't spoken about already on the page. I guess it's just continuing to share the good news of what the American bully is supposed to be, how the American bully is supposed to look, how the American bully is supposed to function. And that is something that we can never stop talking about, obviously, for those who want the breed to be progressive and to continue building forward with it. Um, and that's why I've chosen to support the WBA the way I have. If you see me seeing my Instagram page, I've supported them on there, and I continue to do that. On Facebook, I posted some pictures. I had pictures from the show. I mean, this was just a perfect storm for me to fail tonight. I had pictures from the show, and I deleted them because I thought I would get to take better pictures. And then I never got to take those better pictures because I was so interested in the ring. And then it never happened, so I didn't have enough pictures to post. But I wish I, I did. So all that means is I have to go and catch another show now. That's all that means. So I'm definitely gonna have to make that happen. I'm gonna see who's gonna do the next WBA show this far south, and definitely go from there. But I'm definitely gonna talk to Oscar um, and have some more information for you guys. Because I know a lot of you guys that support me. You love good, healthy dogs with great conformation. American bullies that could probably compete in the ABKC show ring against our breed standard. Those are the kind of dogs we love. So, you know, um, that's what the WBA is doing. So I think you guys have to. I mean, if any of you know people that are putting on shows, in America and the different states as well, you get enough people and you get enough support. Definitely try to put on a WBA show in your state as well, and we can definitely get this thing rolling um, south of Texas and on the East Coast um, because they don't come this way that often. So you got to definitely give them a reason to keep coming, because they're big on the West Coast, but um, definitely have to give more support to Registry that's doing right by the American bully. And I haven't been to a UKC show yet. I think that's the only other show that I haven't been to that I want to actually go to make a good comparison, because I've been to at least four ABKC shows, and one of them was an ABKC Nationals. I've been to one WBA show, and I want to go to one UKC show and see what all of this talk is, and what's upsetting everybody. Even though the pictures have been on Facebook, but right now, to me, it looks like the WBA, and they're definitely going to be getting my money soon when I go to register these dogs. After I do this breeding in, hopefully all goes well in September, and we can get started with that. It'll be our first part of the WBA that we would actually own, of the paperwork. So, looking forward to that for sure. But only going to be on here for about 4 more minutes, guys. I appreciate you guys coming on tonight. And sorry again about not having access to my laptop. But I can do it live again probably sometime next week or the week after. But definitely gonna have to probably go to my office and do that, because I don't know what shape this laptop is in. But so if there's any questions or anything, guys, you want to ask now, ask it now, because in 4 minutes I'm gonna be done. 3 minutes. I just want to say thank you guys as well for coming back, for coming on with us tonight. This is our first one in a long time, so we appreciate the support. You can always hit that like button and share. I always appreciate you guys. Even when I go in like the airports, sometimes I see you guys showing love. Even at the show, like Marlena Pratt saw me. I didn't even know who she was. She came up to me and said, "Hey, I watch your videos." So, I appreciate you guys. Appreciate the support, and it's definitely and Robert Lee too. Robert Lee encouraged me to, I guess, asking me about why I stopped the videos. So I'm gonna get back into it, but I'm gonna take it one step at a time and one video at a time. So feel free, guys. If you have, we got 2 more minutes here. I don't want to rush, but my time is time. So do 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 do. Okay, so I think that's all the questions for tonight. I guess I can wrap this up. Love you guys. Stay blessed. Continue to do right by the breed. Breed good dogs. Breed healthy dogs. Support the WBA, the World Bully Association, guys. So we'll be back with other videos soon in the coming weeks. Stay tuned. We appreciate you. We'll make announcements on the Instagram page and the Facebook page. And then if you always want to talk dogs, or you feel like talking dogs, just shoot me a message and we can go from there. All right. Thank you for your continued support. You guys be blessed.